Canadian citizens, we are the Time for Action Party, to tell you why we are the proper party to lead Canada's to greatest heights.
That's right. We will explain to you guys why a vote for us means vote for peace, prosperity, but most importantly, change.
First of all, let's discuss immigration. We are willing to allow refugees from other countries into Canada under the condition that they go through the same immigration progress as every other person coming into our country. English or French will also be essential for every refugee coming to Canada. That way, immigrants will have a much easier time fitting with our society. To make this happen, we will increase our spending on English and French courses for refugees waiting to enter our country.
Quebec is just as much as a province as any other province in Canada, and we would like to ensure that it stays that way. French will no longer be a mandatory subject in all public school systems, but we would like to encourage people to take the time to learn it by increasing the pay wage of all bilingual employees. That way, it will reward people who actually took the time to learn our second language.
As for our defense, we would like to increase our spending on our military by 20% and raise the salary of all military personnel by 50% to try and get more people involved. We will also send more military resources to aid our allies in the fight on ISIS to try and end this pointless fight once and for all.
The Time for Action Party believes that it is everyone's right to choose who they want to marry, regardless of race, religion, or gender. On another note, if you were terminally ill and were going to die, we feel that it should be your right to have someone end your life for you as long as you give written consent and have a doctor write detailed reports saying that it is okay to do so. Fewer people in our prisons mean lower taxes, so we'd like to increase the funding for all companies that help support at-risk youth to try and keep them from committing crimes when they get older. The Time for Action Party also believes that legalizing marijuana would not just benefit the economy, but would also lower the crime rate in Canada as well, and we think that it is the proper thing to do. We plan to protect our environment by hiring more scientists and funding more companies that will study our landmass and water supply and keep a close eye on the big corporations to ensure they are complying with environmental and safety standards. We will also like to implement a carbon tax that is $30 for every ton of pollution that is put into our Earth and its atmosphere to try and convince the companies to be more environmentally friendly. If elected, our party will continue to support all of the currently publicly funded services such as schooling and healthcare with the addition of publicly funded childcare to the mix. Now parents won't have to pay as much to send their children to daycare. The Time for Action Party will also offer unemployment insurance to anyone who has been out of work for at least 2 weeks and who is a child under the age of 18 to support. They will receive 75% of their monthly paycheck in the mail to help them get back on their feet.
Last but certainly not least, we would like to talk about our plans for the economy. We will strengthen the economic ties between the U.S. and hopefully strengthen the relationship and the trade with them. We will decrease the income tax for working families by 2% and up the business tax for the major companies to 20%. Smaller businesses, however, will not be affected by this business tax rate and will have to pay only a fraction of what the bigger corporations do.
For the Time for Action Party.
Real change is just around the corner.